now for the 5th, 6th grade team, the New York Knicks, coached by Kenny Hickman. We will recognize Lucas Kissinger, Bentley Hickman, Mason Molat, Van Hackley, Brady Shaw, Aiden Moore, Ethan Hickman, Rhett Carley, and Parker Hollins. Let's hear it for those championship teams as well. Hey, one more on the clock for those Cambridge Bobcat youth basketball teams.
AVC Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Doan Ford, Patrons, Buckeye Mutual Insurance, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Papa John's of Cambridge, Valentine Insurance, Sioux Snow State Farm, Chandler Funeral Home.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for some high school basketball on WILE FM 97.7. Tonight we are at the Cassler, Cambridge, Ohio, the Gene Ford Gymnasium. I'm Bill Cassler. Joining me tonight, John Valentine, the old two-guard. Shooter, how's it going tonight?
Hey, real good, buddy. It's a Tuesday night. We got a local matchup, big crowd.
Yeah,
what else can we ask for?
Telling you right now, Redskins, Caldwell Redskins in town tonight to take on the Cambridge Bobcats. And same team, different places. Redskins, they have taken their lumps. They are very experienced. They come in tonight 13-2, ranked number 7 in Division 4. So they're an outstanding basketball team. They've got B.D. Lori, he's all Ohio, and they also have Tice Duvall, a senior, as their leaders. Bobcats in a little bit different place. They come in at 4-13. A lot of youth for the Bobcats, and you've seen quite a bit of Cambridge tonight. What are you looking for out of them, John?
Yeah, the youth certainly is there, but at this point in the season, that is certainly not a crutch. I mean, you are what you are at this point, and those younger guys on the Cambridge team are certainly difference makers. They lead the team really from a scoring perspective and taking care of the ball and shooting percentages, those kind of things. So, yeah, they're no longer freshmen and sophomores anymore. Cambridge doesn't have a real big senior class, really only 2 seniors that play. So, yeah, there is a little bit of inexperience. And you're right, different ends of the spectrum. You're talking about 4-13 for Cambridge and 13-2 for Caldwell. So, definitely on different ends of the spectrum. But, don't let the record deceive you. Cambridge has had – really, this second half of this season, they have had a lot of close games. In fact, not even just close, but leading after 3 quarters, going into the 4th quarter, and somehow they stumble and decide to turn the ball over a little bit more than they need to.
Yeah, don't let the Redskins record deceive you either. They have found a way to win, but they have not exactly dominated teams. In fact, with their record, a lot of teams have Caldwell circled on the schedule. So the Redskins right now are talking about we get everybody's best shot. And quite frankly, from what I've seen when I broadcast their games, they do.
Well, sure. And when you have one of the premier scorers in the area, in the Ohio Valley, per se, B.D. Lori with over 2,000 points in his career, that's pretty easy to have that bullseye on your back when you have a player that dominates the floor like that. And, and obviously this is a matchup. This is only the 5th time, I think, in school's history that they've met each other. So obviously this doesn't happen very often. And the reason that it is because Caldwell's been pretty successful the last couple years, and they wanted to bring in everybody an opportunity to see Lori and see what he can do.
Yeah, and you've mentioned B.D. Lori, of course, a number of times. He has been the state free throw champion percentage-wise. As a sophomore into junior, he's probably going to win it again this year. He's had runs of 65, 69 free throws in a row without a miss. So he's averaging right around 97% from the free throw line. Big part of his game, of course, is they get him the basketball, they let him drive. And I'll tell you what, he's difficult to defend. And if you defend him a little too hard, he gets to the free throw line. It's almost an automatic, too. We haven't even been able to jinx him this year at all from the free throw line. Even the broadcaster's jinx does not work with B.D. Lori.
Well, give it time. At some point it would. But, basketball players aren't born. Basketball players become basketball players, good shooters, by spending time in the gym and being outside and putting in the time and the energy and the work that it takes to get that consistency. And he's certainly done that over the years. To bring a good Caldwell, a good product to Caldwell and fun to watch. So Cambridge is going to have their hands full. But, he's not the only player that the Redskins have. I mean, he only shoots 54% from a field goal percentage, so he does miss shots.
He does.
So you're going to have to compliment him with some other guys. And as you mentioned, Duvall's a big one, and He's aggressive, and he can get to the hole as well, and he's pretty quick and aggressive. So
they got a sophomore big man, Carter Wielden, who's having a good year as well. So something for the Redskins fans to look forward in the future. You know what? We're approaching the national anthem, and with that, I think we're going to take a break. We'll step out for just a minute, pay a few bills, and we'll be back with more from the Gene Ford Gymnasium right after this.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FREE for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FREE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FREE for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
We're back in Cambridge, Ohio. Cambridge High School, the site of tonight's matchup between the Caldwell Redskins and the Cambridge Bobcats. Bill Cassler, John Valentine with you here. And John, let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight for the Bobcats and the Redskins.
Yeah, Bobcats still trying to mess around with the starting lineup a little bit, but they're going with freshman Garrett Carpenter, senior Caden Moore, sophomore Josiah Barnett, junior Reagan Rogers, and also junior Devin Ogle. Caldwell, on the other hand, we have Dylan Wheeler, B.D. Lori, Tice DeVald, Carter Wielden, as you mentioned, and Alex Hurlin are your five starters for the Redskins. So, as you had mentioned, Wielden, just looking at some stats, he averages about 10 rebounds a game, so a bigger guy. And I know you talked to Coach Crane a little bit before the game, and he said that was going to be a little bit of a point of emphasis for them tonight. So interested to see if Wielden can get in there and box some Cats out. And quite honestly, that's an area that the Cats really need to focus on as well. It's one thing that they do not do very well is box out and rebound.
Well, and, of course, that says young team right there. And the Redskins, they're pretty good at that, pretty well schooled at that. Although Alex Hurlin played quite a bit last year. Carter Wielden, I think this is his first year really getting a lot of time varsity-wise. So he is a good one. And I'll tell you what, I think that the Redskins' size usually bothers most teams.
Yeah, and would tonight. And Cambridge really doesn't really have a big presence inside, so that could be certainly a factor tonight for the Cats.
All right, we are approaching the national anthem, and with that, we're going to step out for just a minute, and we will come back with the opening tip right after this from Cambridge High School.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons' Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Are you aware that planning your funeral ahead of time doesn't have to cost you a thing? Hello, I'm Brian Chandler, owner of Chandler Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Caldwell. We hear often people would like to get something down on paper but have their own insurance policy or money set aside for the expenses in a bank account. We want you to know that we often sit down with folks to take obituary information and discuss their wishes ahead of time without any prepaying. To learn more, visit us online at www.chandlerfuneralhome.net or by calling 740-732-1311. Choose comfort. Choose Chandler Funeral Home.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Agent Sue Snode's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and we consider that a very good sign. See State Farm Agent Sue Snode at 400 East Street, Caldwell.
And we're back at Cambridge High School. Bill Cassler, John Valentine on WILE FM 97.7. Hey, this game also video tonight. Fortunately, you and I will not be on the video, seen on the video.
All the cameras are facing the floor.
That's right.
For good reason.
We are better heard and not seen. Exactly right. But you can find a link to that video on our website, yourradioplace.com. So don't forget about that if you want to watch the game as well as listen to it. Introducing the starting lineups right now for the Bobcats. John Charlton on the mic.
Yeah, freshman Garrett Carpenter's really come a long way from the beginning of the season, getting a little bit of spot playing time the first few games, but has started the last several games. And they were bringing him off the bench, first guy off the bench, and kind of kickstart the offense, banging some threes home. But the last couple games, he's been getting the start.
He can shoot. That's Josiah Barnett, the sophomore. Another guy that can shoot the three, and I'll tell you what, he can handle the basketball as well.
Yeah, really, the Cambridge goes as Josiah Barnett goes. And I know I've said that all season long, but he is the point guard. He has the ball in his hands more than anybody else. He can get to the rim. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive with that. He's the Cats' really their best free throw shooter, but he doesn't get to the free throw line enough. He needs to be able to be more aggressive with the ball, getting to the rim. But he does handle the ball really well, and he's pretty good with his hands out front on the defensive end, too.
Boy, I'll tell you what, the Redskins loaded with guys who could handle the basketball, and the two seniors, B.D. Lori and Tice DeVald, lead the way. Tice DeVald, very strong with the basketball, and I'll tell you what, if you give him an opening, he will drive. Opening tip now, that is number 42, Devin Ogle, jumping against Alex Herlin. Redskins have the basketball. That's Dylan Wheeler, and Caldwell opens with possession. We're underway here at Cambridge High School. That is Wielden driving, shooting, and scoring. Wow, a little reverse layup that time. Carter Wielden showing you just what he can do. He can handle the ball a little bit as well.
Yeah, got to the rim, nice up and under there. Good move, good strong move.
Rogers, and there's Caden Moore, the senior. Carpenter. Rogers, nice cut by Carpenter, up and in.
You want cheap points, you got to be able to cut to the hole, and Garrett had his eye on the ball there, cut to the hole, and we have a violation. Stepped over the line on the inbounds, did Caldwell.
So that's going to give the Bobcats the basketball back. Rogers with the ball, back now to Josiah Barnett. Barnett to Moore. Moore on the wing, back out Carpenter. Takes a look at a three. Rogers outside now. The Redskins looking like they're manning up to open up this basketball game.
Yeah, that lane is wide open, too, for Barnett to be able to sneak in there.
Ogle at the elbow, shots up, and off the rim, no good. Rebound, Dylan Wheeler. Here comes the, oh, nice play. Barnett with the tip, finds his man. A nice running layup. That's Garrett Carpenter, 4-2 Bobcats. So a little pressure by the Bobcats, and that's what they like to do.
Well, as you said, you talked to Coach Pertusic before the game. They wanted to turn up the heat a little bit. That's their best option from a defensive standpoint.
There's Duvall driving and shooting and missing. A little bit bothered there. Now Wheeler chases down that pass from Duvall, who got his own rebound. Duvall now on the wing, tries to slip a pass into Wielden and tipped away. Wheeler comes up with it back out top now. Duvall with the basketball out near midcourt. 4-2 Bobcats early going. Duvall drives down the lane. Ball is tipped away, and they're going to say that is Cambridge basketball. Duvall does not like the call, and I'll tell you what, I kind of agree with him. Looked like one of the Bobcats tipped it out of his hand.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already for Caldwell here, and it's early going.
So now the Redskins showing a little pressure. Carpenter with the basketball. Back to Caden Moore. Moore back to Carpenter. Moore. Get it across. That's Ogle. Ogle trapped on the sidelines. They're going to say he dribbled on the sidelines. That will be Caldwell basketball.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going quite there. You can't get to the sideline. You've got guys trapping you there in that corner, and you're adding the sideline as a third defender. No reason to dribble there. Just see what you got, find the open guy, and get it out of the corner.
Both coaches trying to turn up the defensive pressure a little bit here early on.
Yeah, in for Cambridge is senior Davion Barr. He's been coming off the bench the last few games.
Wheeler with the basketball back out top now. Duvall's got it. Duvall drives down the lane. He's got an opening up and can't get it to go. Rebound Barr. Here come the Bobcats. Carpenter back to Barr. Barr loses the handle. Let's see. I think that's a kick.
Yep, called a kickball.
So Garrett Carpenter will handle the inbounds for the Bobcats. Back now to Caden Moore. Moore on the baseline. That's Carpenter back out now to Moore. Moore on the wing. Now, that is Barr on the elbow. Long shot by Carpenter off the rim, no good. Wheeler comes down with it for the Redskins. 4-2 Bobcats, 5:16 left in the first. Wheeler back to Beatty Lori. Rogers has drawn the assignment with Beatty Lori now. Lori in the corner. That's Duvall. He takes a look at things, directing a little bit of traffic now in the corner. Drives the baseline. He's cut off. Worked back out to Wheeler. Wheeler on the wing. Wheeler in the lane. Kicks it back outside. Now that is driving, shooting in, missing. That is Wielden. Bobcats with the rebound. Here comes Carpenter. Carpenter. Wielden right on him. Back out now. That's Caden Moore out near midcourt. Well, I'll tell you what, Carpenter, good-looking basketball player. Just a freshman. Oh, here's a steal. That is Duvall up the lane and in.
Yeah, Duvall's so quick. Good hands and can finish at the rim, too. That's going to be a problem if Cambridge can't handle that pressure.
4:21 basketball game tied at 4. Carpenter with the ball for the Bobcats now. Barr driving into the lane. He's cut off. Back outside. Carpenter loses the hands. Beatty Lori picks it up. Lori up and in.
3 turnovers apiece now.
That's going to make it 6-4. Yeah, Bobcats, I think, surprising the Redskins defensively a little bit here early on with that pressure.
Yeah, and on the flip side, they're breaking the full court pressure by the Redskins, but they're turning it over in the half court.
Here's a shot by Barnett. I think Lori got a piece of that. Up the floor quickly. Duvall up and can't get it to go. Here come the Bobcats. Carpenter finds Barr cutting to the basket, up and in.
And that's what Davion Barr needs to do. He needs to use his athleticism. He's quicker than anybody on the floor as well.
Moving without the basketball, too.
That's an easy way to get some buckets, that's for sure.
Lori now breaks the pressure, finds Wielden. Wielden cross court to Duvall. He'll shoot the 3. That's good.
Duvall's not afraid to shoot it.
No.
5 shots already in this early going.
Up the floor now, Caden Moore. Moore driving into the lane, and Wielden knocks it off Moore. That will be Redskins basketball. So that's what Carter Wielden's been doing for the Redskins lately, and his play has been picking up. Just a sophomore, as I said, and you can see the experience and the confidence he's picking up.
Yeah, great to just go straight up there on that defensive play and to catch Caden Moore a little bit off guard. He thought he was going to get fouled instead of just stopping and taking that jump shot. He tried to get a little bit too close to the basket.
Tice Duvall with the basketball now for the Redskins. They lead 9-6, 2:50 left in the first. Shot from the foul line. Duvall a little short. Barr with a rebound for the Bobcats. Up the floor, Barnett has, that is number 14. That is Braden Gregg. Little pressure by the Bobcats. Lori across midcourt now from the
Wow.
Nice shot by B.D. Lori. Just two. That's going to make it 12-8 Redskins. Bobcats up quickly. Barr with a three. Can't get it to go. Coming down with a rebound. Carpenter back outside. Caden Moore for three. Off the rim. No good. Fighting for that rebound. And able to tip it to Braden Gregg, but he couldn't handle that tip and goes out of bounds. Possession now to the Redskins. Tice Duvall with the basketball. Bobcats back in a half-court defense now.
Yeah, still playing a box on Lori, though. They're chasing him all over the place.
Yeah, I've seen this before. Timeout on the floor. 2:02 left in the first. Redskins up 12-8. We'll keep it right here during this timeout. And early on, both teams trying to implement a little bit of pressure early on. It kind of worked for both teams.
Yeah, it's definitely worked for both teams. Cambridge with 5 turnovers already and Caldwell with 3 straight turnovers to start the game. So, yeah, the defensive pressures get into them. You got to feel each other out that first quarter, just figure out what's going on. And that's a good time out there for Coach Crane to try to mix things up and let guys know kind of what the Cats are doing. What I'm impressed with so far is Cambridge has actually broken the full court press, which has been a big issue for them really all season, coming in, averaging 14 turnovers. A lot of them have been in that full court, but they're turning it over in the half court. So credit Caldwell for playing some pretty aggressive defense in the half court too.
Yeah, Redskins, they've implemented that press, and they have some mixed success with that. So I've seen that. Usually they kind of pick up the pressure a little bit in the second half, as I think most teams do.
Sure.
B.D. Lori with the basketball now. They're going to try to double team. Nice job. Barr with the pick there. Finds a cutting Rogers up and in. Boy, Davion Barr finds Rogers cutting to the basket. That's going to cut the Redskins lead to 12-10. Davion Barr, good defensively. Turning, spinning in the lane. That is Duvall. Shot is no good. Rebound Barr. Back to Barnett. Back up to Barnett. Here come the Bobcats. Barr to the right to the basket. Up and in.
As we said, he can be a serious threat. If you don't put a body on him, he could certainly hurt you.
Well, there's 2 plays in a row right there. He's responsible for those points. Although Rogers got the 2, but nice assist by Barr. Here's Duvall to Wheeler. Wheeler outside the arc. Now gets finds Wheeldon out near the top of the key. Back now to Tice Duvall. And Duvall down the lane, kicks it out. Wheeler's got it. Wheeler skips across. Down low, Hurlin's got it. Hurlin's up and can't get it to go. Barr comes down with a rebound. Here come the Bobcats. Barnett up the floor quickly. Rogers gets the finish. Nice job by Reagan Rogers. Bobcats take the lead 14-12.
And Davion Barr with 4 rebounds already coming off the bench in the first quarter.
Tice Duvall with the basketball down the lane. Ball's up by Duvall. Can't get it to go. Duvall gets his own rebound up and in.
And that's the part, as I mentioned, that Cambridge really struggles with is trying to stop the penetration. And Duvall just went right to the hole there with no defense.
Barnett, under 10 seconds, 7. Moore. It's a bad pass by Caden Moore. You can tell he's not happy with himself. So it'll be Redskins basketball with 3.2 seconds left into the game now. That is number 24, Ethan Kroc, just a sophomore. He'll handle the inbounds for the Redskins. Here's B.D. Lori, and he'll take the shot from midcourt. No good. That's going to do it. End of the first quarter. Very interesting, John. Redskins and the Bobcats come out after 1 quarter of play. The score, Caldwell 14, Cambridge 14. We'll take a break right after.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, We were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer lasting scent.
NFL Plus is here, which means no matter where you are, this is how you football. You can stream all playoff games and Super Bowl 57 live on your phone or tablet. 45-minute game replays with NFL Plus Premium and more. This is the NFL for every fan. This is football freedom. This is your game on the go. Wherever you are, this is how you football. Go to plus.nfl.com and sign up today. Terms and conditions apply.
The Gene Ford Gymnasium, Caldwell and Cambridge all knotted at 14 here. Bobcats open the second quarter with the basketball. That is number 14 with the inbounds, Braden Gregg. Now Barnett has it out near midcourt. Wielden's out on him. Back to Rogers now. In the corner, Barr, who's had a big first quarter. Barnett back to Rogers. Rogers, that's going to be a kick on Carter Wielden.
Yeah, Barr 4 rebounds and 4 points there. Came at a pretty opportune time, too, when the Cats were struggling just a little bit.
Oh, substitution coming in.
Yep. Once the official gives him the ball.
Davion Barr is going to take a seat, and Devin Ogle checking in. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Number 14 taking a seat. That's Braden Gregg. Rogers, ball in the corner to Carpenter, back out top. Rogers, tipped by Wielden. Rogers comes away with that basketball on the sideline. Now back out near the top of the key to Barnett.
Redskins in a kind of a 1-3-1 trapping half-court set.
Barr to Carpenter in the corner. Ball caroms out pretty hard. Ogle with a rebound. Ogle with the ball in the corner now. Back out top to Carpenter and out near midcourt. That's Barnett. Here's the ball tipped away by Wielden. Wielden down the floor, up and in.
Can't be careless with the ball when you got long arms out top.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Wielden effective in that. Here's Carpenter taking a look with the Bobcats with the basketball. Carpenter takes a look at a three. Barnett's got it now, back out near midcourt to Rogers. Barr, top of the key, and that ball's thrown away. Yeah, that's 24. It's Ethan Kroc with the basketball. Kroc out near midcourt now. Barnett's on him. That ball is trapped on the floor. Kroc picks it up, gets it back out. Duvall will take the three. That's good. So first 5 points of the second quarter to the Redskins. It's 19-14. They've got a lead on the Bobcats. Rogers with the basketball, works it back now. Barnett in the corner now. Oh, that's Ogle. Barr at the free throw line. Shot's no good. Carpenter sneaks in and grabs a rebound on the floor. Players battling for it. Picked up by Barnett. Barnett for the Bobcats. In the corner, Carpenter will take the shot. That's good.
Yeah, Carpenter has improved that shooting percentage from 3 to 31% on the season. He's been a spark plug for the Cats lately.
19-17, Redskins by 2. Tice Duvall with the basketball for Caldwell. Duvall, top of the key. That ball's tipped. And coming back down and in the game now, 23, Dylan Schott. Great name for a basketball player. Duvall with the basketball. That ball's tipped away by Barnett. I think that'll be Caldwell ball.
Yeah, she signaled Caldwell ball. Back in the game for Cambridge. Giving Josiah Barnett a little breaks. Caden Moore.
So Moore out. Usually Carpenter does a lot of the ball handling for the Bobcats. Inbounds, Lorite takes a look, finds Duvall outside the arc, wide open. That's good for another three.
Yeah, you just can't leave guys wide open. Well, there was not a defender within 5 feet of it.
Tice Duvall will not hesitate. If you give him that much of an opening, he can shoot. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Caldwell. It'll be Cambridge ball. 22-17, 5:13 left in the second. Redskins lead by 5.
Duvall shooting over 30%, right around that 30% mark from beyond the arc.
Inbounds, Rogers has it. Now back to Moore. Inside, Barr's got it. Barr puts the ball on the ground, up and in.
Almost got himself in trouble there, putting it on the floor.
Yeah, and that's just what I was thinking. When he got it, I thought, just go straight up. But
no, he saw that pressure. They sank down and doubled him up there, so he didn't want to cause a turnover.
Nice drive. Tice DeVauld found an opening and did not hesitate. 24-19 Redskins now. We've talked about it all. Oh, here's Barr down the lane, up and in. Beatty Lori for three. That's good. Wow.
Yeah, the 2 threes that Lori has shot so far, well, he shot 3, one to end the period, but the 2 he has made have been not real high percentage shots. He's shooting about 38% from beyond the arc on the season, but those 2, those were not high percentage threes.
But he's usually got the green light. He can make those kind of shots. Here's Caden Moore. Ball's in and out, tipped around, and coming up with it, that is Reagan Rogers. Easy two as Redskins boxed out. Rogers swooped in, grabbed the rebound, put it up and in.
Yeah, you talk about a guy that's made a huge difference for Cambridge coming off injuries, Reagan Rogers.
DeVauld down the lane, up and can't get it to go. Rebound, tipped out by Carter Wielden. It'll be Cambridge basketball. Redskins lead 27-23. Bobcats hanging around, John.
Yeah, well, they can. As I said, going into the game, they've been in or leading every game the last 10 games, into the fourth quarter. So they can put runs together as long as they don't have that one quarter where they decide to have 7 or 8 turnovers.
Caden Moore with the basketball in the corner. Rogers now top of the key. Now here's Carpenter, kicks it back out to Rogers. He'll shoot the three, and the bank is open.
Well, Rogers 4 for 4 from the field tonight. That one should have been worth
27-26. I don't know if he intended to bank it, but it looked good. So here we go. Oh, nice pass. Kroc had it, and I think Barr just knocked it right out of his hands. Here's Barr down the lane. Great job by DeVauld to tip that ball away from Barr. Picking it up, putting it in is Caden Moore. Timeout on the floor, and the Bobcats coming back, taking a 2-point lead. 2:46 left in the second. Bobcats lead 29-27.
Yeah, he actually called a foul there on Reagan Rogers. I was writing things down. I didn't see exactly what happened. But that's only the first foul called in this game.
I was going to say, I haven't marked too many of those down. Ethan Kroc now back to DeVauld. Oh, looks Bobcats, a little pressure here. DeVauld up the floor, driving, slips it across. Nice job. That is number 23. That is Dylan Schott with an easy two. Caden Moore with the basketball now in the corner. Barr back out top. Barnett. That ball's short and rolls out of bounds.
Barnett's been off with that three-point shot the last 2 games. He's on the season. He's shooting about 30%. And he's got the green light to be as aggressive as he wants to. But the last couple games, this shot's been off just a little bit.
Tice DeVauld with the basketball now for the Redskins. 29-29. DeVauld. Barnett working on him. DeVauld now. That shot, that's good.
Yeah, you called it. He's got the right name, buddy, and he's not afraid to put it in the hole.
Dylan Schott, yeah, and just a freshman. So something to look forward to for Redskins fans. Here's Carpenter. He's a freshman too, and a good one. Moore, back to Carpenter. Carpenter will take the three, and high off the rim, no good. Beatty Lori grabs that rebound. Lori up the floor, DeVauld. That's tipped away. Nice job there by Rogers. Here come the Bobcats. Carpenter in the corner. Barnett. Oh, thought he had it. Carpenter grabs the rebound. Fighting for position now. He's going to slip it back outside to Barnett. Carpenter looks at a three. Barnett now in the corner. 32-29. Redskins now by 3. Here's a shot by Caden Moore. 2 threes in a row for Caden Moore. Yeah, and there you go. So there's a foul right there, and that's kind of what Beatty does. He draws fouls. right now, that's only the second team foul, and that's the first on Josiah Barnett. So no real big problem shooting the basketball. But, boy, you get late in a game, and B.D. Lori gets his hands on the ball, it's a problem.
Yeah, so far, as you mentioned, just the second foul called. So and there's certainly been some contact on some shots that they've decided not to blow.
Yeah, both
whistle.
teams turning the defense up. Good pressure by both the Bobcats and the Redskins. Shot with a cross-court pass, and let's see what we have. 2 players on the ground. See who's that going to be on?
Caden Moore.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're still running the box and 1.
They are, and, there's a lot of contact down there. They're pushing each other back and forth.
Carter Wielden with the inbounds for the Redskins. Just 53 seconds left here in the first half. 32-32 right now. Good basketball game here tonight at the Gene Ford Gymnasium. Wielden with the inbounds for the Redskins.
Official just letting them know. Keep it a clean game so we don't have to call these goofy fouls like that. We don't need anybody getting hurt tonight.
Reagan Rogers comes in. Garrett Carpenter takes a seat for the Cats. Looped in. That's Lori with the basketball. Caden Moore right on him. Lori will take that 3. No good. Rebound shot, comes down with it. Gets it back now. That is Wheeler to Herlin. Back to Wheeler again. Wheeler. Shot. Back to Wheeler, top of the key now. Shot from the wing. Takes a look at it. Finds Lori in the lane now. Beatty goes up, and a nice job by Caden Moore knocking the ball out of his hands. See, there's a call. Let's see what the call is. Is it going to be on Caden? Yeah, that'll be his second. But, you have to do that with B.D. Lori.
Well, at this point in his career, Lori's really not frustrated that much by that. I mean, every game he plays, he's got somebody all over him. So
sure, he's
become accustomed to that play.
He's absolutely used to it. Here's Lori with the basketball now. In the corner, shot for 3. High off the back of the rim. Rebound. That's Herlin.
That's a huge bucket there for Herlin, being in the right place at the right time. But you got to put a body on somebody, be able to box him out.
Barnett and Rogers for the Bobcats now. Here's Rogers for 3. High off the rim. No good. That is going to do it for the first. Interesting first half. John, what do you think so far? Pretty even game.
Yeah, real even game, and pretty intense, obviously. And it's going to come down to who can hit those free throws down the stretch. There's going to be some more fouling as we go forward, but from a turnover perspective, Cambridge with 5 coming out the gate. It finished with 9 in the half, and Caldwell started to take care of the ball a little bit better too. That's why we saw more shots falling in. So yeah, real nice game, entertaining game. Going to come down to the wire.
2 teams evenly matched. The score at half, it is Caldwell 34, Cambridge 32. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more from Cambridge High School right after this.
When it's game night, let Papa John's Pizza on Southgate Parkway feed your team after the game. Hey, this is Shannon. You can create your pizza with all your favorite toppings, or pick one of our specialty pizzas like the Super Hawaiian, the Philly cheesesteak, the Works, or the Fiery Buffalo Chicken. Don't forget, we also have chicken poppers, wings, breadsticks, and cheese sticks too. Call 740-439-PAPA. That's 439-7272, or order from your phone at papajohns.com.
Our community is a special place, and you work hard to make a living and build a good life for you and your family. It's not always easy. You deserve a local financial partner to be there when you need them most. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we live, work, and play here. Our cutting-edge technology combined with local decision-making allows us to deliver unmatched personal service. Let us start earning your trust today. Woodsfield Savings Bank. It's personal here.
Promises. You've heard them all. Peace of mind, quality insurance products, superior claim service, all at a fair and competitive price. Since 1848, Westfield Insurance has promised to provide excellent insurance coverage for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust. That is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers. For a quote on protecting your home, auto, and business, call WB Green Insurance today. WB Green, professional insurance.
When it's game night, let Papa John's Pizza on Southgate Parkway feed your team after the game. Hey, this is Shannon. You can create your pizza with all your favorite toppings or pick one of our specialty pizzas like the Super Hawaiian, the Philly Cheesesteak, the Works, or the Fiery Buffalo Chicken. Don't forget we also have chicken poppers, wings, breadsticks, and cheese sticks too. Call 740-439-PAPA. That's 439-7272 or order from your phone at papajohns.com.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
I'm not buying till I check Down Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
We're back. The Gene Ford Gymnasium, Cambridge, Ohio. Bill Cassler, John Valentine with you here. 34-32. Redskins with a 2-point lead. This has been a good basketball game so far tonight, John. These teams have matched up pretty well, both opening up with a lot of pressure on defense and paid some dividends for both teams.
Yeah, turnovers early was the story. Again, teams trying to get comfortable with themselves and comfortable with the pressure. That was the case early, and then late it was shots falling down. So both teams really came out in that second quarter and scored some points.
Yeah, taking a look at things, like I said, as far as scoring goes, individual scoring, let's check first for the Bobcats. 2 points for Braden Gregg. It was, 6 points for Caden Moore. A couple of threes in the second quarter for Caden. 7 points for Garrett Carpenter, including a tray. 8 points for Davion Barr. He's had a nice game, and Reagan Rogers leading the way with 9 points for the Bobcats. For the Redskins, some interesting people on the board. 2 points for Alex Herlin, 4 points for Carter Wielden. That's not unusual, but 5 points for Dylan Schott, the freshman guard, and getting him a little bit more time, turning him loose shooting the basketball. Caldwell fans are going to be happy about that. It was 8 points for B.D. Lori and 15 for Tice DeVauld. That includes 3 threes, and DeVauld carrying a lot of the action for the Redskins as the Bobcats running that box and one defense on B.D. Lori for most of the first half.
Yeah, DeVauld is certainly the benefit. Takes benefit of that because he averages 30 points a game, for goodness sake, so he definitely can score as well as Lori, and you can see why. He took 9 shots in that first quarter alone, ended up finishing the half 6 of 13, as you said, for the 15 points, but he can shoot the three. He had 2 nice looking threes there too, and he's an aggressive player. He's a high motor. I mean, look at him. He's sweating to death over there. His face is all red. I mean, he's going full speed the whole time.
He's a good running back. He plays basketball like a running back.
Exactly.
I mean, he sees an opening and he kind of takes it. So handles the basketball very well. You see him a lot doing that a lot. So he can be a big key for the Redskins, and if his shooting's on, look out.
Yeah, both teams shooting the ball actually pretty well. Cambridge 52% from the floor in the first half compared to 50% for Caldwell. And both teams shooting the ball decent from the three-point land. Cambridge shooting 31%. They took 10 threes in that second period alone. Caldwell, though, have taken 9 threes in the game so far. They've knocked down 6 of them. So they're shooting 67% from long range. So that's certainly going to make Coach Crane pretty happy. But from the defensive end, we had mentioned Davion Barr in that first quarter had 4 rebounds and 4 quick points when he came off the bench. Garrett Carpenter with 4 rebounds also to go along with his 3 baskets. And Tice DeVald and Dylan Wheeler with 2 and 3 rebounds respectively for Caldwell. So haven't been a lot of defensive rebound opportunities because the ball's been going in the hole.
Yeah, some good shooting, and 2 players for the Bobcats. I haven't seen them a whole lot this year. I've seen a couple games on video. Garrett Carpenter, the freshman guard, he's impressed me. Good-looking basketball player. And Davion Barr, he's having a nice night tonight. 8 points, and he has looked good rebounding. He has looked good passing, and when he's got the ball and had the opportunity, he's driven to the hoop and put it in.
Well, he leads the team in scoring. I mean, he averages over 11.5 a game. So he leads the Cats in scoring average. He can be a difference maker. He can take over a game, basically, if he wanted to. And he's trying to get his feet wet a little bit. Had missed a couple games, missed a start. The last couple of games he hasn't been starting. So coming off the bench to give him that quick burst of energy was definitely needed tonight because they were a little lull there. And then he came in and turned the heat up a little bit. So you can see he's tall and he's lanky. He's all arms and legs, so he can get down the floor in a hurry as well. So he can be a difference maker for Cambridge, but they've got 3 guys that average 11 points a game, so they can spread it around, and Carpenter's sneaking up on that average lately as well. He's averaging about 7 a game, but a lot of that early he wasn't getting a ton of playing time. So technically speaking, per minute, he's averaging a heck of a lot more than 7.
Well, Clint Crane has to be happy what he's seen out of his freshman guard, Dylan Schott. Like I said, it's a great basketball game. 5 points. Not something usual for Dylan, but you can see he's pulling the trigger just a little bit more, so I'm sure that's something that Coach Crane is encouraging. They're trying to get more guys in. They're trying to get more minutes in the basketball game from their bench.
Well, you're going to benefit, as DeVault does, because everybody's all over Lori. You're also going to benefit if you're Schott and some of those guys hanging around the three-point line because of that. When you take the ball to the lane, the defense is going to have to crash on you. When they crash, guess what? You're wide open on the 3. So Schott coming in, only averaging about 2 points a game, but he's got a couple looks tonight and taking advantage of it.
Score at the half, it is Redskins 34, Bobcats 32, getting ready now for the start of the third quarter. It's like the starting lineups come out for both teams.
So one thing to keep in mind as this game progresses, if we do get into somewhat of a shootout and it gets towards the end and people get to the free throw line, we talked about Lori knocking his free throws down, but as a team, Caldwell shoots 78% from the free throw line. That's unreal at the high school level.
Well,
Cambridge only shoots 50.
Well, backdoor to Beatty Lori, up and in as we are underway here in the third, and that is one thing about Caldwell. They do not miss free throws, and as a team, they shoot well. All right, Bobcats with Josiah Barnett now. Cade Moore and Reagan Rogers. Barnett now on the wing. Beatty Lori's out on him. They work it down low. That's Ogle. Ogle can't get it to go. Tice DeVault with a rebound. Here come the Redskins. DeVault up and can't get it to go. Rebound scooping it up as Wheeler. Fought for with Caden Moore. Jump ball. It'll be Bobcats basketball. So as we start, Redskins forcing tempo just a little bit more here in this third quarter. 36-32 now. Caldwell with a 4-point lead. Barnett with a basketball for the Bobcats over to Caden Moore. In the corner, Carpenter takes a look at it. Wheeldon's out on him. Got that big 6'5" hand up in the air. He decides better not shoot that. Now Moore's got it on the wing. Barnett back on the sidelines. Rogers, that pass goes off the hands of Barr. Coming up with it is Wielden up the floor quickly. DeVauld up and in.
Got to take care of the ball if you want to stick around this game. Caldwell can extend this lead really quick.
DeVauld is super quick. Oh, here's a trap in the corner. Moore gets out of it, finds Barnett. That ball's tipped by Wielden. Carpenter has it for the Bobcats now on the sidelines. Barr takes a look. Down low, that's Moore up and in.
A little bit softer pass that time. Moore could handle that pass. The rifle that Reagan Rogers threw on the last possession was pretty tough.
Yeah, well, you know, Caden Moore usually not on the receiving end of a pass.
Right.
Down low. Oh, DeVauld wasn't looking. Wielden thought he was had his man, but DeVauld turned his head for just a minute. That's turnover, and it'll be Bobcats basketball. 6:04 left in the third. 38-34. Redskins by 4. Some full court pressure.
DeVauld getting the break already. He just looks gassed, man. He gave 100% that first half. He looks like he's tired already.
You can see how quick he is.
Yeah. Well, he's run the length of the floor 3 times in a row.
Ooh, that's going to be on Hurlin as Carpenter got underneath the basket, put the ball up in the air, and Hurlin all over him. So that's going to be on Alex Hurlin.
And he kind of got off his feet there and got caught in the air. Nothing really he could do there.
I'm not sure that may be the first team foul.
It is.
On for the whole game.
For the game, that's correct.
Carpenter with the inbounds for the Bobcats. Looking. In the corner, finds Rogers. Rogers drives up, gets his man up in the air, up and in.
Nice pump fake to be able to get a little separation there. High off the glass.
38-36 now. Here comes Tice DeVauld back in the game quickly. Lori outside the arc, shots up high off the rim, no good rebound, tapped out. Wielden's got it for the Redskins. Back in the corner, Lori off the rim, no good. Rebound Carpenter. Carpenter up to Caden Moore. Moore, top of the key, finds Rogers now. Rogers drives into the lane. That's going to be on Beatty Lori.
A little reach there as Rogers was getting to the hole. I don't think he was going to put it up, though. It looked like he was kind of trying to get through the pressure.
So that's 2 quick fouls on the Redskins here as we get underway in the third quarter. Barr with the basketball for the Bobcats, top of the key. Beatty Lori out on him. Barr in the lane, turning, shooting, and scoring. 38-38. Beatty Lori up the floor. Lori, let's see, that's going to be a reach. And that'll be on the Bobcats. It's going to be on Carpenter, I think.
And Lori over the years has learned to get very good at a little bit of overreaction on the contact to be able to pick up those fouls. He certainly was contacted.
He
likes
was,
to over-exaggerate a little bit. I'm sure he's picked up a lot of fouls over the years because
and
of that.
That's part of the reason is he's pretty good when he gets to the free throw line.
All
Here's
right.
Wielden driving into the lane, can't get it to go. Caden Moore with the pass up the floor. Barnett, that's blocked by DeVauld, and that's going to be, there's a push on Barnett. He didn't like the way DeVauld blocked his shot. You can't do that. So a little frustration there. That will be on Tice DeVauld, though.
I was writing in my scorebook, so I didn't see exactly what happened. So Barnett got up and didn't like the contact and pushed him.
Did not like the and it wasn't much of a push really.
Well,
it was just kind of like hey, don't do that. Right. But it was still a push. Technical foul will be on Barnett, and that'll be his second. So that's going to give Caldwell the second free throw right after Barnett takes his shot. He'll get 2 here. These will be the first free throws of the game.
That's correct.
Josiah Barnett on the line, the sophomore. Got the first one.
Barnett on the season. 65% free throw shooter.
Bobcats lead 39-38. Second shot for Barnett. Got them both.
So for the moment, Cambridge takes the lead. But now we get the flip ends. And Lori gets his chance.
Yeah, Beatty Lori will be shooting the technical.
Surprised they went with Lori in this situation.
I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. He gets the Bronx cheer. It doesn't matter.
No, I don't think he hears that cheering coming from the student section.
You know, he was good as a sophomore and a junior, but he seems unfazed by just about anything now when he's on. I don't think he even hears it. Got them both. Tie ball game, 40-40. It'll be Caldwell basketball following the technical. Ethan Kroc with the inbounds. Tice Duvall with the basketball. Game tied at 40. Duvall down the lane, slips a pass off. That's Wielden.
It's that easy. Drive to the hole, they collapse on you. Somebody's on the block or somebody's on the three.
Seen more and more of that out of Tice. He'll drive to the hole and, you know, he spots a teammate and he will just throw it off. Easy too. Here's Barr. Let's see. That's going to be on Wielden, I think.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense for the officials to try to get a hold of the game a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know that it was not that serious of a technical. I don't think either player was all that agitated.
Yeah, but, you know, the first half was a little chippy. I mean, there was a lot of contact not called in that first half, too. So you definitely have to get a hold of it before it gets out of control.
Barr with the basketball, back to Carpenter now. Carpenter, top of the key, Caden Moore. 42-40, Redskins by 2. Rogers outside the arc on the wing, kicks it back out, Carpenter. Off on the sidelines to Moore. Bobcats with the ball. They trail 42-40. Here's a turnover. Ethan Kroc picks it up for the Redskins. Duvall loses the handle now. Picks it up. Slips it over to Wheeler. Up and in. Two nice passes by Duvall in a row. Here comes Carpenter for the Bobcats. 44-40. Rogers' shot from the elbow is up and in. All right, here come the Redskins, 44-42. 3:27 left here in the third.
Rogers had a career-high 13 the other night against Union Local, so he's shown that he can put the ball in the hole.
Jets' good basketball team. Here's Kroc driving into the lane, kicks it off. Duvall for three. No good. Rebound. Barr loses the handle. Wheeler on him. Now Carpenter's got it. Moore. Caden Moore for the Bobcats. Here's Duvall, and that's going to be on Tice. A little bit too much contact there.
And he's going to call it on Caden Moore after the steal.
Okay. Good call. It's going to be 3 on Caden. Not good news for the Bobcats. You like to have that senior on the floor. A lot of experience there going to the bench. 44-42, under 3 minutes left now here in the third quarter. Tice Duvall. Oh, here's a steal. Ogle with a basketball up the lane. Gets his man in the air. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound Bobcats. Pulled down. That is Wheeler. Wheeler with the ball. Cross midcourt now. Wheeler driving down to the baseline. Pulls it out. Kroc will take the shot high off the rim. Wielden's got it. And back out now to Duvall. Redskins will slow things down a little bit. 44-42. Duvall down the lane looking for some help. Can't get it. Spins and shoots and scores.
A little bit better defense there for the Cats, but he was still able to get loose because that nice pivot foot.
Braden Gregg in the game with the basketball. Now he works it back out to Carpenter. Back now to Ogle. Rogers down the lane from the foul line. Shots up, whistle. That's going to be on Kroc, I think. Got him on the arm as he was releasing the basketball. That'll be a shooting foul. That'll put Reagan Rogers on the line, shooting a couple.
Rogers has yet to take a free throw yet this season. Sat out really until January with a wrist injury.
High off the rim, no good, so he misses his first one. 46-42 Redskins, 1:55 left in the third. Junior Reagan Rogers on the line for the Bobcats. Second one misses. Rebound, Barr knocked out of his hands. Wheeldon picks it up for Caldwell. High pass. Tipped over, that was Duvall tipping it over to Wheeler, and Wheeler finishes off for the Redskins, 48-42. Carpenter. Barr loses the handle. Ball's in the lane. Picked up. And let's see, that's diving for the basketball. That's going to be on Duvall, I think.
Should be.
Oh. Davion Barr on the ground. Let's see. I hope he's okay. It's a real scrum for the basketball.
The turnover is starting to add up for Cambridge here in this third quarter. 5 already. And in pretty good position to be able to put a good shot at the rim and have turned it over the last 3 times down the floor.
The trainer's taking a good look at Davion Barr. He's getting up. I think he's okay. I think he just took a shot in the nose. Yeah, so they're going to take him back and take a look at him in the locker room. I think he's okay. He's walking off. No, he's not. They're not even taking him off the floor. Going to give him a quick break. Back in the basketball game, Braden Gregg for the Cats. 48-42, Redskins by 6. 1:31 left in the third. Carpenter with the inbounds to Caden Moore. In the corner, Carpenter back out to Moore now. To Rogers. Top of the key, Moore. Back to Rogers again. Skip pass. Here's Caden Moore for 3. Yes.
Talk about a guy that's been hot lately from beyond the arc. That's Caden Moore, 65% coming into tonight.
That's his third three-pointer this evening.
3 tonight already.
Tice Duvall with a basketball. Finds Wheeldon underneath the basket. Can't get it to go. Wheeldon gets his own rebound. Can't get that to go. And Carter Wheeldon will go to the line shooting a pair.
That'll be 4 on Caden Moore.
Couple of chits. You can't afford to lose him. We just talked about it, how he was shooting from outside the arc. That's a case of number 5, Carter Wheeldon, getting some good position down there and getting a nice pass.
Wheeldon, a 55% free throw shooter on the season coming in.
First one's good, 49-45. And Davion Barr back in the basketball game. That's a good sign right there.
As we mentioned, down the stretch, I mean, Caldwell shooting 78% from the charity stripe compared to 50 for Cambridge. That can be a huge issue moving forward.
All right. Rogers with the basketball. Back to Carpenter now. Wheeldon's right out on him.
And he's about to pick up a 5 count.
Barr. And is that going to be on Wheeldon?
It is, and he'll be at the line, Will Barr.
I don't think any real trouble. I think maybe his second. Yeah, it is. It's his second.
Team 7. Barr at the line, shooting 1-1.
So 1-1 now for Davion Barr. 50-45, 5-point lead for the Redskins. Tight basketball game here tonight at Cambridge High School.
Davion by far has had more attempts from the line than anybody else for the Cats, but only knocking down 28% of them.
That first one's good.
And he says, heck with you, Valentine. I'm going to knock
I was
these
going to
down.
say, the broadcaster's jinx in reverse.
In reverse.
Second shot for Barr. High off the back of the rim, no good. Tice Duvall with the rebound for the Redskins.
Duvall has 4 rebounds so far tonight.
Oh, he's so quick. All over the floor. Carpenter now out on him. Redskins spreading the floor a little bit. Now, Duvall down the lane, up, and Barr gets a piece of that. Nice job there by Davion Barr. Tice Duvall penetrates. Here's Rogers for the Bobcats at the elbow, back out top. That's Ogle, back over to Barr. Back out now near midcourt. Rogers again. Rogers. Oh, that's going to be on Wheeler, I think.
It is.
Wheeler didn't see the pick. I mean, he ran him right over. So that's going to put on the line Devin Ogle. Still looking for his first points of the night. Ball's up and in.
Ogle, a 44% free throw shooter. Second in attempts on the team.
Second shot. In and out. Rebound. Tipped out. Barr's got it. He'll shoot the three. No good. That's going to do it. The end of the third quarter of play. We've still got a close game. The score after three, it is Caldwell 50, Cambridge 47. We'll take a break. Back with more right after this.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Our community is a special place, and you work hard to make a living and build a good life for you and your family. It's not always easy. You deserve a local financial partner to be there when you need them most. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we live, work, and play here. Our cutting-edge technology combined with local decision-making allows us to deliver unmatched personal service. Let us start earning your trust today. Woodsfield Savings Bank. It's personal here.
Welcome back. We're at Cambridge High School getting ready for the fourth quarter of play. The Caldwell Redskins have a 50-47 lead on the Bobcats. Bobcats, a young basketball team, but they're hanging right in there with the 7th-ranked team in the state, the Caldwell Redskins. And this is the way things have gone for Caldwell all year. And you said this is the way things have gone for Cambridge. They've been able to keep it close, just haven't found a way to win a lot of those close games. Redskins have excelled at winning close games.
Yeah, and again, a lot of it has to do with those free throws down the stretch. Cambridge with 5 turnovers in that quarter. That was really the difference in separation, and only getting 8 shots off.
And nobody got a free throw in the first half. A little different story here in the second half as play picking up defensively. Tice Duvall with the basketball now for Caldwell. Duvall down the lane, up and can't get it to go. Rebound coming down with it is Barr for the Bobcats. Barr up the floor. Finds a wide open Carpenter under the basket, kicks it out the Barr, back over to Rogers on the baseline. That is, here we go, as a turnover. Bad pass by Ogle, picked up by Wheeldon. Wheeldon down the floor, up and can't get it to go. Wheeldon gets his own rebound, puts it up and in. (52-47) now. Bobcats with the ball. Greg. Barr in the lane, driving, shooting, scoring. Do you count it? Yes, sir, and I think he'll shoot for 3. The traditional three-point play.
The old-fashioned way. That was on Dylan Wheeler, his second foul. Team's 9, so the next one will get 2 shots.
Ball's up and good. He's 2 for 3 tonight, so there you go.
Yep.
52-50, Redskins by 2.
Still some four-court pressure here by Cambridge.
Duvall with the basketball in the lane, loses the handle, knocked away by Barr. He picks the ball up. Here come the ball. Oh, loses the handle. He's going to kick it back outside. That's Ogle. Now Rogers, cross court. Carpenter, top of the key. Haven't seen much of Barnett. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's been out, really sat out a lot of that third quarter after that technical.
Rogers back out top of the key. That's Ogle. Loft pass the Barr in the corner. Carpenter, yes. 53-52 Bobcats by 1.
Cats' first lead since that first quarter.
Trap, and it works. Great job as the Redskins turn the ball over in the corner. Greg with the basketball cut off by Lori. Here's a cutter. Carpenter up and in.
I told you you'd like him. He's smooth with the floater.
Boy, Coach Crane not happy, wanting to talk it over with his team. Bobcats up by 3, 55-52. We're going to keep it right here. Some good play here by Cambridge as the young Bobcats have come to play tonight.
Well, yeah, as I said, only 8 shots there in that third period for Cambridge. Did knock down 5 of them, but needed to get off to a little quicker start in the fourth quarter to be able to keep this close, and boy, did they. 3 for 3 so far in the period, with 2 of them by Garrett Carpenter back-to-back, the 3 and then that floater. And putting the pressure back on the Redskins.
Might want to add that 3 by Carpenter. That was a nice pass by Davion Barr.
Great.
Found him wide open in the corner, and I mean, the Redskins went out to get him, but it was too late. He pulled the trigger, and it was good.
Yeah, Davion went up high to get that rebound. He's got 7 already on the night. I told you he could be a difference maker if he wants to, and it seems like he's playing inspired tonight. But Cambridge just can't get out of their own way with those turnovers. They started the period even with another turnover. So if they would just take care of the ball in those half-court sets for sure, that's where most of their turnovers have been.
Well, and this surprises me. You know, you've got Caden Moore on the bench with 4 fouls. You've got Josiah Barnett on the sidelines not having a real good night tonight, and the Bobcats doing a pretty good job handling the basketball.
Well, and at this point, you know, with the lead, Caldwell might try to get the pressure turned up a little bit more. Surprising that Barnett's not back in the game yet.
We may see him before it's all over. Here's Tice Duvall with a basketball for the Redskins. Duvall down the lane, shots up, and got it.
I mean, you got to make it tougher on the players to be able to get to the rim. Duvall has had a ton of shots tonight. He's shot the ball over 20 times tonight already.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he draws a lot of attention when he drives into the lane. Let's say it's going to be on Tice Duvall.
And that'll be 2 shots.
Yeah, and it's kind of a ticky-tack foul, but, you know, it's still, you're right, going to count for 2. So the junior, Reagan Rogers, you know, like you said, he just got back, and he's been a difference maker, hasn't he?
Oh, he's definitely a difference maker, not only from the offensive output that he's had the last couple games, but really from a defensive standpoint. He's the Cats, really, he's their best defender, and all night, basically, he's been all over B.D. Lori. So, and his legs still aren't quite under him yet. I mean, he's only been back for about a week and a half.
Finally got a free throw to go. He is 1 for 4 tonight. But other than that, he's played stellar basketball. 56-54. Bobcats by 2. Duvall driving down the lane, can't get it to go. A lot of contact, no call. Up the floor, Rogers. Scott Ogle, no. Barr with a rebound, can't get it to go. Rogers with a rebound. A lot of contact, no call. Up the floor now, Tice Duvall, easy 2.
Wow. Now, that, I think Reagan Rogers.
In the corner, Rogers with the basketball. Rogers drives, shoots, and can't get it to go. Rebound, Wielden. Redskins with the ball, 56-56. Back and forth we go. 4:38 left now in the ball game. Tice Duvall with the ball for the Redskins. Duvall in the lane, turning, shooting, and off the rim, no good. Herlin misses the rebound. Barr with it. Here come the Bobcats up the floor. Cutter. That was Greg. Couldn't get it to go. Here come the Redskins. Wheeler. Timeout now. Coach Crane wanting to talk things over. We're going to keep it right here. John, 56-56, 4:16 left in the ball game. We're starting to go end to end. A lot of action, and officials are letting them play.
What they did down there on that end, look, I'm all for a physical game, but I think Reagan Rogers got knocked down pretty hard there. And down here, too, Duvall thought he got fouled on that breakaway. But, look, man, what else would you want to do on a Tuesday night in January? You can all knotted up with 2 local teams in a great atmosphere, great crowd. I mean, they definitely got their money's worth tonight.
Yeah, and, again, the Redskins getting a test. You know, they come into town, they're 13-2, and people see that, and the Bobcats have seen it, and they said, hey, we're going to go out and play some basketball tonight, and they're having a good game despite some foul trouble, despite the fact that their point guard having an off game tonight. They're in this game.
Yeah, and Caden Moore back in the game with 4 fouls. He's had 2 in each half so far, but he's back in the game with 4, but you only got 4 minutes left, so you got to be a little bit careful.
All right, Wheeler with the basketball now. Tie game. Wheeler finds B.D. Lori. Still playing that box and 1. Rogers is on him. Lori drives, shoots, and can't get it to go. He's fouled. It's only going to be the 5th, but active shooting foul, so it'll put Lori on the line shooting 2.
Yeah, at some point, Lori's got to start to take over this game, and I think
this is usually
with that timeout, yeah.
This is usually the point.
With that timeout, Coach Crane said, okay, activate, let's go.
Yeah. Ooh, hey, there you go. You saw him miss one.
Hey, it does happen.
Yeah,
he is human.
He is.
But that won't be the last one he takes in this game.
I don't think so. Let's see. Second shot now for Beatty. Missed them both. Don't see that too often. All right, Carpenter up the floor. Carpenter down the middle now. Rogers has it tipped away by Lori. Let's see. That's going to be on Rogers, I think.
Yeah, she's saying it's
that's going to be on Rogers.
I thought so too.
That's what I thought. He knocked it away from him clean.
So we have a timeout.
Another timeout on the floor. Wow. Beatty Lori misses 2 in a row. That's news. Haven't seen that too often.
That's true.
56-56.
So that must have been called by Cambridge. The scoreboard says they have 4 left. I didn't see who they pointed for the timeout. But, yeah, game's getting pretty physical here. People are flying around all over the place. That's what the officials are talking about right now. Hey, listen, make sure we're taking control of this game. Do not let it get out of hand because we don't need anybody getting hurt. And you don't want to ruin a game that's been this entertaining by missing a call that definitely should have been made.
So, and I like the fact they're letting them play a little bit.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But just like you said, you've got to keep control of the basketball game.
So Barnett's still on the bench here. Hasn't played at all in this 4th quarter. And it's had a big part of the 3rd quarter.
I saw the technical. It wasn't much. I mean, it could have been not called. That's how it was kind of borderline. But, hey, the official saw it and so was like, all right, okay, you can't do that.
There you go.
It was one of those kind of fouls, though. It was just kind of like, hey.
Well, as you know, things have gotten worse over the years, and they see things on SportsCenter and all over the place of people doing things. The high school officials in Ohio are supposed to call that immediately.
Wow. Tice DeVald found himself an opening and took it. 58-56, Redskins by 2. Barr with the basketball. Ball's knocked down by Lori. That's going to be on Carpenter. I'm telling you, this is what he does, and you got it right. He's so good at shooting free throws, he's learned to react a little bit physically when he gets hit.
Sure. Well, why wouldn't you? Any kind of extra incentive you can give the official to think that you were fouled. And obviously, again, I'm not saying he's not being fouled. But adding a little bit extra to it is certainly going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Right, he's missed his last 2. I was going to say, you don't see this too often. Got that one. 59-56, Bobcats trail by 3 now. Beatty Lori trying to extend that Caldwell lead. Got him. 60-56. Rogers with the basketball in the corner now. Shot by Carpenter off the rim, no good. Wielden's got the rebound for Caldwell. Boy, Wielden, he pulls down a ton of key rebounds.
Yeah, he's got 5 on the night.
DeVald with the basketball. DeVald falls down. Wheeler's going to pick it up for the Redskins. Now Beatty Lori's going to not be, they're going to say over and back. Yeah, I don't think Beatty liked the call, but.
The ball hit the line on the dribble.
That'll be Bobcats basketball, and that's a turnover. 3:02 left in the game. Redskins lead by 4. It's 60-56.
So Caldwell with 5 turnovers here in this second half compared to 6 that they had in the first.
Barr with the basketball. Back to Rogers. Rogers top of the key. Caden Moore on the wing now. Moore takes a look over things in the corner. That's Ogle. Back out now to Moore.
Not a lot of movement here by the Cats.
Rogers has it now. Rogers top of the key. Back to Barr. Carpenter. Lori's out on him. Carpenter finds a cutting Barr. Shots up. Got it. Tell you what, Davion Barr's having a game tonight. That's going to count, and that's going to put him on the line shooting for the traditional three-point play. It's 60-58. Bobcats trailing only by 2 now. Barr trying to cut into that lead. Shots up, in. Duvall with a basketball now. Back to Herlin. Herlin throws a bad pass. That's going to give the ball back to the Bobcats. Cambridge trailing the Redskins by 1 point. 2:22 left in the game. Caden Moore now. Moore. Carpenter. Back to Rogers now. Nice job by Lori. Lori up the floor. Duvall's going to chase it down. Got it.
He's so quick.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Get from end to end.
It is unbelievable how quick he is. Barr. Ball knocked away by Lori. Back outside now. Carpenter. Carpenter cuts to the hole. Ball's up and got it. Garrett Carpenter, just a freshman. Bobcats will not go away. They are keeping it close. 62-61. Redskins lead by 1 point. Tell you what, Cambridge giving themselves a chance here, John.
Yeah, with shots like that, with the floater, that's his second floater in the period, Garrett Carpenter. You know, we talked about in the beginning, freshmen are no longer freshmen. Sophomores are no longer sophomores. These guys have got almost a full year of basketball under their belt. So, you know, they are varsity-ready players. Cambridge, really, they need to do something on the defensive end to make sure that they don't give up any more easy baskets to Tice Duvall. I mean, how many more layups is he going to get? Now he's taking advantage. Yeah. He's doing a great job, but you got to be able to stop penetration.
Easier said than done because a lot of people,
absolutely.
That's what he does well.
Yeah, sure he does. But at some point, you got to step in front of him and try to take a charge, do something to throw him off his rhythm. On the offensive end, Cambridge has to take care of the ball. 9 turnovers already in this second half. They're only down 1. Caldwell, on the other hand, just keep doing what you're doing.
1:51 left in the game. It's 62-61. Redskins lead by 1. Another tight game for Caldwell. Bobcats looking for a way to pull a tight game out. You said they've kept it close most of the year with good teams.
Yeah, they've always had one bad quarter.
Ball's
trouble.
Tipped away. Here's Barr in the corner. He's going to get it back out to Carpenter. Carpenter now turns in the lane. He's jammed up, finds Barr up and in. Foul on the floor. Let's see. That's going to put Duvall on the line, shooting 1-1.
And that foul's on Carpenter, his third.
Bobcats now lead by 1 point. Redskins in the bonus. So here's where free throws are pretty important.
And Duvall knocks down 81% on the season.
They are a good shooting they shoot free throws well.
I mean, that's almost unheard of for a team to shoot 78%.
Ball's up and good. Tie game, 63-63.
Now, understand, Lori's a big chunk of that. I get it, but my goodness, he's not shooting all of them.
He is, but it's not just him. This has been what we've seen all year long out of Caldwell. Got them both. Redskins back on top, 64-63, excuse me. And here comes Garrett Carpenter for the Bobcats. 1:26 left in the game. Rogers now. Caden Moore on the sidelines. Moore to Carpenter in the corner. Carpenter on the baseline. Back to Barr. Back outside. Moore turning, spinning. Beatty Lori picks it up. He's got Tice Duvall. Gets his man up in the air, up and in. Barr in the lane, turning and loses the handle last second and can't save it.
2 consecutive. I told you, you got to take care of the ball. There's no reason, and both of those turnovers back to back are unforced turnovers. There's no reason to get in a rush to try to do something that you're not comfortable with doing. Take your time, run your set, and get the shot you're looking for.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. In the fourth quarter for the Bobcats, Garrett Carpenter, Davion Barr, they have carried the load.
Certainly from a scoring perspective, no doubt about it. Barr with 3 big buckets and made 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and Carpenter's made all 3 of his shots as well. Barr did miss 1 shot on a putback after a rebound, but Barr's also got 10 rebounds on the night, so he's got a nice double-double on the night.
But you pointed out, and you're correctly so, that turnover right there could have settled it down a little bit, gotten to half-court offense. Bobcats trail by 3. Redskins have the ball. Cambridge in the double bonus. Caldwell in the bonus.
Yeah, and my guess is that's what it's going to come down to, as we've mentioned a couple times already. When you have such a good free throw shooting team like Caldwell, shooting 78% on the season. I mean, I don't know if I've seen a high school team that shoots 78% as a team, but I would guess that's going to come down to a couple of those shots down the stretch. And
look, you see, I like that. Reagan Rogers was over by the Caldwell bench waiting for B.D. Lori to come out. You're my man.
As soon as you step on that floor.
Yeah. All right, Redskins basketball. Full court pressure by the Bobcats. And inbounds to Duvall. Duvall up the floor. Duvall drives, slips it over to Herland, up and in. Carpenter now up the floor. 5-point lead for the Redskins. Barr. Rogers on the sideline. Back to Moore. Moore, top of the key, looking for some help. Finds Rogers. Whistle. That's going to be a travel on Rogers. Another and that's an unforced turnover right there.
3 in a row.
Redskins basketball on the sidelines, just 39 seconds left. Caldwell leads by 5, 68-63 now. Inbounds to DeVauld. DeVauld telling everybody, all right, they're going to trap a little bit, but Tice breaks it up the floor.
Point.
Let's see, that's going to be on. Yep. That's going to be a charge.
Yep. At some point, you have to foul.
I'll give Caden Moore some credit. He knows the Bobcats need the basketball. So he actually was,
they're going to change this call.
Are they going to change it? Okay. That's going to be on, and that'll be 5 on Caden Moore. I don't blame Caden, though. That's what you do. You try to draw a foul.
As I said, they have to at some point get in front of DeVauld and try to slow him down. There's no doubt about it. The problem is one official called a charge, the other one called a block.
Yeah, and Coach Pertusa, he is not happy.
Yeah, and technically, I mean, the officials were out of position. And really the 2 that called it were the 2 that shouldn't have called it. It actually was on the other side of the floor. The trail official should have been the one that called that one. But it is what it is.
DeVault on the line. And the first one's good. So it's 69-63. And this is the experience of the Redskins. This is what's showing up in this fourth quarter. Second shot's up. Got them both. The experience and the ability to shoot free throws. Rogers. Carpenter for 3. Can't get it to go. I think somebody got a hand on it. Now DeVault's got it. 22 seconds left. DeVault's going to slow things up just now. And here's DeVault driving into the lane, up and in. Wielden with the steal. DeVault is going to slow things up with 6 seconds left. He's going to take it out near midcourt now. And 2-1-0. That is going to do it. The final score here tonight from the Gene Ford Gymnasium. Tight game, but the Redskins pull away in the last few minutes. The final score, Caldwell 72, Cambridge 63. We'll take a break. We'll add up some of the numbers, and we'll be back with a wrap-up right after this.
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio. Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it is for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company to offer liability coverage to package with their patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today at 638-3604 and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
I'm not buying till I checked on Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Agent Sue Snode's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and we consider that a very good sign. See State Farm Agent Sue Snode at 400 East Street, Caldwell.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer-lasting scent.
NFL Plus is here, which means no matter where you are, this is how you football. You can stream all playoff games and Super Bowl 57 live on your phone or tablet. 45-minute game replays with NFL Plus Premium and more. This is the NFL for every fan. This is football freedom. This is your game on the go. Wherever you are, this is how you football. Go to plus.nfl.com and sign up today. Terms and conditions apply.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of a guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Welcome back to the Gene Ford Gymnasium in Cambridge, Ohio. Bill Cassler, John Valentine with you here. Just watched the Caldwell Redskins put the finishing touches on a 72-63 win over the Bobcats tonight. John, I got to tell you, this was not easy tonight for Caldwell. They kind of pulled away in the last few minutes. Bobcats made this a ball game.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch, wasn't it? I mean, everybody got their money's worth tonight. As we thought, it would come down to some free throws down the stretch, and Caldwell made 6 of 8 there in that fourth quarter. Shot 83% from the free throw line for the game. Now, comparably speaking, though, Cambridge shot 78%, which is great for them because they only shoot 50 from the free throw line. But, yeah, I mean, an intense game from start to finish. Turnovers really was what the difference in the game was.
Turnovers Cambridge, late.
Yeah, unforced turnovers 3 in a row when you're down by a point or down by 2 points to turn the ball over 3 possessions in a row just kills you. Cambridge with 13 turnovers in that second half for 21 total for the game.
So, yeah, and that is the difference right there in the basketball game. And particularly, and you know, that's the hallmark of a young basketball team right there. You get into a situation and you turn the basketball over as the pressure becomes greater, and that's pretty much what Caldwell forced them to do tonight, I think.
Yeah, and Josiah Barnett being on the bench late probably hurt them because he would have had the ball in his hands a little bit more, and he doesn't turn the ball over a lot. I mean, he only averages 2 turnovers a game. For a point guard with the ball in his hands constantly, that's pretty good percentage.
Well, he had that technical foul, and he went to the bench, and we didn't see him too much after that. I don't think if we saw him at all. So that may be a message from Coach Bertussit to his players. Hey, don't commit technical fouls like that. And it wasn't a real blatant technical foul, but it still was a technical.
Sure.
So you look at it and you go to yourself, okay, that I see the call and the coach sending a message. And Bobcats really, up until probably about the last 2.5 minutes of the game, did a good job handling the basketball. Too much Caldwell pressure, and they're too good at the free throw line. You give them opportunities to shoot from the charity stripe, they're gonna hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, Caldwell's got a pretty good team. They've got a good complement. I mean, Lori tonight only knocked down 14 points. He just didn't get a lot of shots. In fact, he didn't even take a shot in the fourth quarter, but he didn't have a chance to because Tice DeVauld shot the ball 27 times tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? And the Redskins, they were, 5 of 7 in the fourth quarter from the free throw line. B.D. Lori stunningly missed those 2 shots. He missed 2 in a row, which you don't see too often. Yeah. So, and Tice DeVauld kind of, when the floor's open like that, and we talked about it the whole game, he's so quick. He is really a handful when the floor's open like that, and that's what really cost Cambridge tonight as DeVauld found a lot of openings. He took a lot of shots, but, 35 points. Wow. So, he can play some basketball.
Yeah, I mean, he's just so quick. And you saw it on that one that Lori jumped out of bounds to save loose ball, and he just threw it down the court.
Yeah.
And because he knew Tice DeVauld was going to go get it.
Yeah, and Tice he started the sprint before he could see. It was like, okay, he's going to do and I'm going to head. And right down the court he went, and 2 points.
Good heads-up play. You always save the ball either to the corner or to the other end of your basket. Don't ever give it to the other team. But, good entertaining game. Nothing to hang your heads about if you're Cambridge. But obviously the glaring thing is you got to take care of the ball. I mean, that's what lost the game for them tonight. Again, 3 straight turnovers there when you're only down a point or 2 with, a minute or 2 to go in the game. Could have been a much different game if they take care of the ball there, but 21 turnovers on the night when you average 14. And again, it wasn't full court pressure that got them in trouble. It was in the half court where they got turnovers. Caldwell was really good about coming up and trapping the ball, and really that hurt Cambridge for sure tonight. But Caldwell on the other end, they only had 7 turnovers in that second period, even with the flurry that Cambridge was trying to cause turnovers.
Well, and that's the mark of an experienced team. Hey, we got to take care of the basketball. I like the turnabout call by the officials on the one that fouled Caden Moore out. And, when he hit it and they called it against DeVauld, I thought, okay, that, it could have gone either way. But the other official came in and said, hey, wait a minute, and Caden Moore did the right thing. Yeah. His team needed the basketball. He basically said, I'm going to try to get in his way. If he clips me at all, I am going to fall down. And that is what he did, trying to draw a foul. They called it his way initially, and then they fouled him out. That hurt Cambridge as well. But late in the ball game like that, it's hard to beat experience.
Well, again, it had to be done. And I said that earlier in the game. You can't just continue to let, especially one guy. I mean, DeVauld did it all night. But Cambridge has had this issue this year, letting guys get to the rim way too easily. At some point, especially when you got a guy like DeVauld that's going 100 miles an hour, at some point you got to step in front of him and make the official make that call. And I don't fault Caden Moore for doing that at all, because that could have been a huge turning point in the game.
And like I said, that and it could have been. If he'd have gotten a call there like it was initially, that could have been a big turning point for the Bobcats. So let's take a look at what you have statistically as far as some of the team stats goes.
Yeah, team stats from a shooting perspective, Cambridge on the night from the floor shooting 53%, 28 from behind the arc, and I had mentioned the free throws. They shot 78%. They only shot 9 free throws, but they did make 7 of them. So from a shooting perspective standpoint, that's a pretty good night for Cambridge. They only shoot 45% from the floor overall as a team, so they shot 53% tonight. right around their average from the three-point line, shot 28% from beyond the arc. So they're down a little bit. They took a lot of threes. That one quarter, they
10.
Yeah, 10. Geez, now they did make 4 of them, but my goodness, there were a lot of them that maybe shouldn't have been shot, right? So, but a pretty decent shooting night for Cambridge. On the other hand, Caldwell, 52% from the floor, 46% from beyond the arc, and that's really going to help when you can knock down those. Though they only took 13 threes, they did knock down 6 of them. And then from the free throw line, we mentioned 10 of 12 for 83%. So that's obviously a heck of a number there too. Surprised that they only got 10 or 12 free throws, really, because there were no fouls called basically in the whole first half. So.
Yeah, and you're right. There were no fouls called in the first half at all. Nobody got a free throw in the first half, period. In the second half, when the defense began to turn up a little bit, you began to see some players getting some opportunities. And I'll tell you what, both teams played aggressively tonight, but I did not feel that there was anything too aggressive. I felt like the officials let them play. I kind of like to see that late in the year. You see that in the tournaments. So that's just kind of a preview of what you're going to get.
Yeah, for sure. They had some quick whistles there in the second half a couple times. They didn't want just some contact out front here, right? And,
yeah.
It is what it is. But you're right. You got to get ready for tournament basketball, and it's definitely going to be a lot more wide open once you get to the tournament.
Let's take a look at some of the individual numbers scoring-wise tonight. Devin Ogle with 1 point for the Bobcats tonight, 2 points for Braden Gregg, 2 points for Josiah Barnett. That is well below his average. He had an off night tonight. 11 points for Caden Moore. He had 3 threes tonight. 14 points for Garrett Carpenter, just a freshman. He's an impressive basketball player. 14 points for Reagan Rogers, the junior. He looks good, too. I know that they're glad to have him back and leading the way tonight for the Bobcats. 19 points for Davion Barr. He had an excellent ball game tonight. Looked really good. He came out to play tonight. Rebounded the ball well, passed well, and when he got the ball inside the paint, he was pretty good.
Yeah, and he had 10 rebounds to go along with those 19 points.
Double-double.
A nice double-double for him, and he had several good passes there from the assist standpoint too. So he's a difference maker. There's no doubt about it. Cambridge can win games if he can continue to give that scoring output for sure. Again, he leads the team with over 11.5 points a game, but if he could get 19 and get 10 rebounds a game, for goodness sakes.
Well, got to be happy with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to be happy. I'd have been happy having one game like that in varsity basketball.
Right.
So, yeah. Did you ever double-double?
Geez, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't. I did get some rebounds, but I wasn't meant to score too much. So no, I don't think I had a double-double at the varsity level.
All right, let's check the scoring for the Redskins tonight. 4 points for Alex Hurlin, 4 points for Dylan Wheeler tonight. It was 5 points off the bench for Dylan Schott. You have to like that if you're a Redskin fan. 10 points for Carter Wielden, the sophomore, doing what he does. A lot of points in the paint tonight. 14 points for Beatty Lori, leading the way, though, for the Redskins. 35 points for Tice DeVald, and this kind of basketball game is made to order for him. You know, you're going to play wide open. You're going to play up and down the floor. He is so quick. He's going to do this to you, and it's kind of pick your poison with the Redskins, you know. If you get into that half-court game, you got to watch Lori, but if you're going to play wide open, Tice DeVald, he can be a handful.
Yeah, he was definitely a difference maker tonight, made up for Lori in the scoring column for sure, but he does average 30 points a game anyway, so that's a pretty typical game for him, and I had mentioned earlier, too, he also – Tice DeVald had 4 rebounds on the night, too. Dylan Wheeler with 4 rebounds. Beatty Lori with 1. Wielden with 5 rebounds. Hurlin, with 2. And Dylan Schott with 1. So, Carter Whelan, 10 points, as you mentioned, but he also had 5 pretty nice rebounds there, too. And a couple of those were offensive rebounds. So
just
that
a
really
sophomore, 6'5", he's long, he plays
Yeah.
good defense, and he gets points in the paint. He finds the basketball. Bad shot, he'll get you a second opportunity. So he's really coming on for the Redskins at the right time as they try to prepare for tournaments, and they'd like to make a pretty long run, I think, this year with the Redskins.
Yeah, move their record up to 14-2. On the season, and certainly some good things to look forward to. They've stumbled in the playoffs in the tournament the last couple years, underachieve or whatever word you want to call it. There are still some pretty good teams that they run into out there when you got to play the some of the teams that they do. And this year, one of their teams that they lost to, we had talked about in pregame before we got on air, was Garaway. And Garaway's got a really good senior class this year, and they're going to be tough to beat in the tournament moving forward.
They've only lost one game this year, and they are ranked 10th in Division III. They are a good, and they play in the IVC, tough basketball league.
Yeah.
So Garaway, a good team. And the other team they lost to was Scott. They made state down in West Virginia last year. So they're another good basketball team. So that, and they're playing some good ball. And that was not an easy win for Scott. I think that was at a tournament, a holiday tournament in Marietta that they lost to them.
That's correct, right.
So, losses for the Redskins, and, Fort Fry put the pressure on them the other night. The Redskins came away with a win. Cambridge did a good job tonight. Redskins come away. They're finding a way to win close games.
Yeah, and you have to. And your senior leadership has to step up and make those games count for you and make sure that you get those wins in close games, because that's how the tournaments are going to be. You're not going to have 30-point blowouts in the tournament. So you have to be your schedule has to test you. And, certainly this isn't one of Cambridge's better teams through the years, but certainly was an entertaining game. But the fact that Caldwell could come into Cambridge and have that game, certainly adding some of those teams to the schedule is only going to make you better down the stretch.
Hey, I want to thank some of our sponsors tonight. We've got a lot of people to thank. WB Green Insurance, Chandler Funeral Home, Papa John's Pizza, Valentine Insurance, Doan Ford, Patrons of Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Sue Snowd, State Farm Insurance, West 40 Buy Pay here, and Chandler Funeral Home. Sue Snowd, I think I mentioned her as well. So, again, a great night tonight, great basketball game, but the Redskins find a way to pull it out late in the game with a late flurry. The final score, it was Caldwell 72, Cambridge 63. For John Valentine, I'm Bill Cassler for AVC Sports. Have a great rest of your night.
This has been a presentation of AVC Sports.